Hey, grandkids, it is November and it is a Saturday, and I thought this would be a good time for me to do this video. I haven't done one for a while, so it's definitely time I did one. And it is, I don't have a whole lot to do today, so I thought it was a great day to do it. Grandpa is not here. He's working today, which he usually doesn't do on Saturday, but he is gone, and I thought it's quiet, and I've got a lot to tell you. I don't want this to be very long, but I've got a lot to tell you. When I think of November, I think of Thanksgiving, and that's coming up in a couple of weeks, so I'll see all of you in a couple of weeks, which is really exciting. You're all going to come to our house this time. We'll actually go to St. George for one day, and then you'll come back and we'll spend the rest of the weekend here for the first time. That's the first time we've done it, so it'll be really exciting. We're happy to do that. But I always think of gratitude and being grateful for what I have, and November is a great month to feel that way. And Grandpa and I this month have a lot to be grateful for. And I'm going to see if we can get through this without it being too long. Okay, well, we're going to go to the front of the house first because I got to show you my tree. I got my Thanksgiving tree up. I just took my Halloween stuff down. Oh, there we go. Not sure if you can see it very well, but oh, the white lights on it really make it pretty. And it's got some Thanksgiving colored balls and fun things on it. Little corns, Indian corns, and anyway, little pumpkins, and because pumpkins are still around for fall. Anyway, really pretty. So I have that on, and I had to buy a new tree this year because remember I told you that the lights didn't work, and so I got a new one, and it was just perfect timing because they were all coming out in the stores. I was lucky. Then I got my bathroom in here, and you'll see all this. Here you come. I've got my new shower curtain up, and I've got just my autumn things. Lots of fun. Hello. But I've got to tell you all the things that I'm so grateful for. Although our house is in a real mess right now. It's really messy because we are getting ready to put new carpet in. That's probably going to happen in about a week. It'll probably happen right before you all get here. Oh, it's going to be crazy. But I mean, Grandpa's busy. He's taken all the books off his shelf. I took the books off my shelf. We have books. Oh, we've got stuff everywhere. It's just a mess. We have boxes. Those are all the books. The bedrooms are, oh, I've just got stuff everywhere. It's crazy. But it'll all get out of here as soon as we get the carpet in. All my videos and DVDs. Oh my goodness gracious. This is the other room, and I'm just starting to stack things up in here. We're actually going to have to probably, oh my goodness, we're going to probably have to take the beds down and put them up against the windows so we have more room to stack things. It's nuts. It's crazy. And if you know me at all, I don't like to be in a mess. But it is what it is. I have all my... Oh, look. I have all my pictures up. Except for Percy. Percy goes right up there next to Mars. I need to get... Well, when you guys are all here, I need to get new pictures of Mars. I need to get a new one of Phoenix. I've got little baby Quinn on there. Look how cute these are. There's Oslo and Nora. Amari, so Percy, and there's Forrest's new one. Oh, he's so cute. And I assume I'll get some updated ones, maybe some school pictures or new pictures from you Shirley kids too. Although I love, oh, I forgot to take that Halloween thing down. Got my fall quilts up. So I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you to come. Oh my goodness, but I've just been cleaning up and cleaning out, and it's just the grandkids' room still looks the same. But that stuff will be easy to get up and get out of here. We're going to do the front of the... Oh, I've been going through my... I've really done a lot. It's just trying to do as much as I can. Because I have to leave and go get you Hill kids, Lexi and Shard's boys, and bring them back here. And I think the day we're coming back is the day that they're going to put the carpet in. So Grandpa won't even have me here to do that. Kind of... Ugh, that's going to be crazy. But let me get back to what I'm really thankful for. And we're going to talk about gratitude for just a minute. Grandpa and I, we were able to get a new roof on our house. Now, you can't see it. Even if I went outside, and you can't see up there. You'd have to be up on the roof to see it. But when you guys all come, maybe there'll be, if you go out by the street, then you'll be able to see the new roof. And it cost a lot of money. It cost over $5,000 to do that, but Grandpa's been saving our money, and it needed to be done because if you remember in my sewing room, the one I just showed you, let me show you if you've really noticed this. But in my sewing room, right up there on the ceiling is a big mess. And that is where water will come through from the rain. And every time it rains, I'm so nervous because I have to have a pot up there to catch the water. And no one should have to do that. Well, we got a new roof, so that is fixed. And now we just have to fix that hole in the ceiling and it'll be good as new. We've got new carpet coming in, and I am so grateful for those things. Now, I know that we can all be grateful for those kinds of things. For things like new carpet, or like a new roof, or new clothes, or toys, or birthday gifts, or whatever. That's okay. It's okay to be thankful for those things, but there are so many more things that we should be thankful for. Let me tell you what has happened that Grandpa and I have been reading in the news. There is a town in California that has had wildfires, and wildfires can start from a lot of different things. They can start from lightning striking the ground. They can start from someone dropping a cigarette that they're done with. They can start from kids playing with matches. They can start from people burning weeds. They can start from all kinds of things. And most wildfires start because of not someone doing something that they shouldn't have done. Usually it's lightning or something that you have no control over. Well, in California, there is a town that is smaller than your towns, but a little bit bigger than our town. And you know how small our town is. There's not a whole lot of houses in our town. There's a town in California where everybody lost their house. Everybody. All the stores, the hospital, the 2 churches, they burnt to the ground. Everything. Because the fire just went through the whole town and just destroyed the whole town. Can you imagine how scary that would be? And some of these people, they got in their cars, they grabbed what they could to leave, and they started driving away in their cars as fast as they could. And the fire was moving so fast that a lot of these people, because there was a traffic jam, because everybody was trying to get out of town, people had to stop their cars, get out of their cars, and just run. And they have videos now of after the fire has gone through the town. They've shown all these cars on the sides of the roads, and they're all burnt out, and no one in them. There were actually a couple people that couldn't get out of their cars fast enough, and they burned, and it killed them. And I just, when you think of and I want you to think of your own town or your own house, and how you would feel and how scared you would be if something like that happened to your house or your town or your school or your church. And actually, right here in Logandale, we did have one of our church buildings burned down. That was when Lexi, nope, I don't think not Lexi, even Michaela, they weren't here. They weren't in school, but Tibby and Landon were, and they do remember that. And it was very sad. And we, of course, have our new church building now, and we're very grateful for that. But those kinds of things happen to people all over the world. And sometimes it's not, wildfires. It can be earthquakes, and it can be hurricanes. It can be tsunamis. It can be all kinds of things. And those kinds of things will cause us to be grateful for the things that we have. Sometimes we don't really take a minute and think about the things that we have and how grateful we should be for what we do have, because a lot of those things could be gone in a day, just like that town. That whole town was burnt down in one day, and now they have no place to go. I'm sure they'll try and rebuild, or I don't know what they're going to do. It's just really, really sad. So I hope that you will think, especially this month. This month is a great month to think about being grateful and think about the things that you're able to do, the talents you have, the good health you have. Um, Eden right now is dealing with something that's not very fun and a little bit scary. And for those of you who don't know, she has to be in a wheelchair right now. And we're hoping that things get better. I'm confident that they will. It may take a little bit of time. She may still be in her wheelchair at Thanksgiving time. So I'm sure right now she's really grateful for when her legs did work. And they will work again. I'm confident that they will. But, those kinds of things, they cause you to think about all the things that you did have or that you do have. And sometimes it takes a tragedy or maybe a little, little time in your life when things aren't so great, and you do have to suffer a little bit. So those are the times that you really you think a little bit more about the things that you do have and how grateful you are for what you have. When Tibby and Dylan had their baby, right before I was supposed to go and help take care of her, 3 days before I was supposed to go, I sliced part of my finger off with it's a fabric cutter. It's like a razor blade. I mean, I just don't even like to think about it because it's like I'm doing it all over again. Well, let me show you how things have changed. There's my finger right there that I sliced part off. I don't know if you can tell. You can kind of tell it was this side of it. And then I even I even put a cut in this one too. And it even sliced half of my nail off on this finger. But look, that happened on August 28th. And here we are, the first part of November, almost the middle of November. And it's had that much time to heal. And it's gotten better, although because I sliced part of my finger off right about here, there are nerves where that helps you to feel, pain and hot and cold and all kinds of things. Well, when I cut that part of that finger off, it damaged the nerves, and I couldn't, when they sewed that part of the finger back on, there was no feeling in it. It was numb for a long time, and there's still a little bit it's still a little bit numb. I can tell it's coming back and it's getting better, but it took a long time. And not only did it take a long time for that to happen, but it took a long time for it to not be painful anymore, and for the skin to grow back together, and for me to be able to do things that I really am grateful for now, like blowing my hair dry or drying myself off with a towel when I get out of the shower. Oh my goodness, we don't even think about those things. But when, your finger is cut off and you're trying to heal, yeah, you think about those things. So sometimes those bad things that happen to us, or those painful things, or those things that we don't ever want to have happen to us, sometimes they're good for us because for one thing, they teach us to be grateful. And for another thing, they teach us to have compassion for other people that are going through things like that, or things that are worse than what you're going through. And that's really, really important. It's really important to have compassion for other people that are going through hard times. And they're all around us. They are in your ward. They're in your school. They may be a neighbor. And like I said before, people don't talk about things that are hard for them and that they're going through. My finger was really obvious. I mean, it was all bandaged up and ugly, and people knew that, I had done something to it. So that was obvious. You could see it. But when someone is hurting inside, you can't see that. So even though Eden is in a wheelchair right now, they see the chair, but they don't know what she's really feeling about all that. And I hope that Eden, while you're watching this, I hope you will tell people how you feel. If, a lot of times we say, "Oh, how you doing?" And what do we always say? "I'm doing fine," or "Fine." Okay, Well, sometimes we're not doing so okay. Sometimes we're kind of sad. Sometimes we're kind of mad. Sometimes we're worried. Sometimes, we have all these feelings going on inside of us. So I would hope that we would, be honest with each other. And if we're sad, or if we're mad, or if we're worried, or if we're scared, then we would tell each other. Because that way, if one of you came up and says, Grandma, I'm really scared that my legs aren't going to work anymore, Eden, I think they will. I really believe they will. It might take some time. But I hope that any of you would come and say something like that, because then it'll help me to feel compassion for you and want to help you and just cry with you, maybe even just cry with you. We always need someone to cry with. No one wants to cry by themselves. That's no fun. That doesn't make us feel any better. But sometimes when someone cries with us, or laughs with us, or worries with us, or is scared with us, it makes things better. And we can get through those things. Okay, I'm about done because I don't want this to get too long. And I'm going to see you in a couple weeks, and that makes me really grateful. And you'll all get to see baby Quinn. Oh my goodness, there's something you can be grateful for. Most of you haven't even met baby Quinn. She is a doll. Oh, and you're all going to want to hold her and play with her. And yeah, it's going to be a crazy time. But hopefully our house will be put back together. We'll have a great time in St. George for that day that we're going to be there for Thanksgiving Day. And we'll get to see all of those wonderful Willard cousins and friends. And then we'll come back to our house and we'll have a great time. So be happy, be kind to those around you, and be grateful. I love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you. And expect you to be happy and kind to those around you. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. And do well in school. And look for those people that could use maybe some compassion. All right? Okay. See you in a while. Love ya.